evening and a very warm welcome to all the patients and staff of the Mater Public and Private Hospitals. I'm Mark McCaighey and you're listening to Laughing Matter, the show that brings to you a lively mix of great music and classic comedy, all with the main aim to making you feel that bit better. We have songs from Celine Dion, Tom Jones, Madonna, Shania Twain, ABBA and many more. There's classic comedy pieces from among others Del Boy, Victor Meldrew and Tony Hancock. Plus we have our classic comedy of the week. All packed in and ready to roll your way between now and 7 here on Mater Hospital Radio, 107.4 FM. But we shall begin with a track from Jennifer Page and Crush.
Something
with Give Me a Little More Time. The time is 5:10. We have plenty of comedy to fit into the show this week, so let's begin now with a clip from Dad's Army, and we join a platoon as they put together a cunning plan.
Right, men, now pay attention. I want to devote the rest of this evening's parade to talking about the big exercise next Sunday.
Excuse me, Mr. Mandarin.
Miss Pike, what is it?
You said last night that we weren't to talk about it.
I meant to anyone outside our own ranks.
Oh, see.
Mr. Speaker,
Mr.
with regard to what you have just uttered, sir, when you say outside our own ranks, do you mean that I, as a lance corporal, must not talk to Fraser here, for instance, him being only a private?
Hey, what do you mean only a private? Privates are the backbone of an army.
I must say I agree with Mr. Fraser. Privates are very important.
Of course they are, Mr. Godfrey, of course they are. I mean, if the army didn't have any privates, there'd be no one for the NCOs to shout at.
All right, men. Oh, now what? Oh, it's you, Verger. What are you doing here?
I've got to do the dusting. It's overdue.
But I'm trying to hold a parade.
I can't help that. Cleanliness is next to godliness, you know.
Oh, very well. But I don't want any noise.
Don't worry, I'm a very quiet duster.
Now, pay attention, men. As I was about to say, this exercise next Sunday is without doubt the most difficult we have ever had to tackle. Can you all see this diagram which I've drawn on the blackboard?
Oh, I don't see that.
Good, now listen carefully. This box I've drawn, here, represents the watermill which Captain Square and the Eastgate platoon will be holding. Now, the watermill couldn't be in a worse position so far as we, the attacking force, are concerned. You'll observe that it stands right in the middle of open ground. And our job is to cross this open ground undetected and place an explosive charge inside the mill. And we have 2 hours to do it in. Any suggestions?
Permission to speak, sir.
Just a minute, Joe. Verger,
Yes, Captain Mannering?
are you sure that's the fastest you can dust?
All I can't dust quickly, Captain Mannering. His Reverence likes the job done properly.
Very well, but get on with it.
My sister Sissy is very fussy about dusting. She says people are either born good dusters or they're not. She says I just move the dust about, so I'm not allowed to do it anymore.
Thank you, Godfrey. Now, Jones, what was your suggestion?
Well, sir, how about a tunnel?
A tunnel?
Yes. You see that old wall about 50 yards away from the mill to the north?
Yes, what about it?
Well, sir, if we all get down behind that wall and then dig a big hole downwards, then, when we are nice and deep downwards, all of a sudden we start to dig sideways. And when we've gone far enough, we tunnel upwards and upwards and upwards. And we should be inside the watermill.
Aye, or in Australia.
Jones, yeah, I think you're getting into the realms of fantasy now.
There he goes again, Mr. Godfrey, with his realms of fantasy. I don't know why I bother. Mind you, he's playing with fire now. I'm in charge of his meat.
Stop mumbling, Jones.
Yeah, well, sir.
Now, are there any more suggestions? No? Well then, let us try and take some examples from history. Now, who's got the first historical example?
What about King Alfred burning his cakes?
What bearing has that on our problem, Pike?
I don't know. Said you wanted some examples from history.
Examples of people trying to get inside places. Now, has anybody got any other examples that are relevant?
Well, I've got an idea, sir.
Well done, Wilson. What is it?
In Shakespeare's Macbeth, one of the characters dressed his army up as bushes so that they could move across open ground, you see, in order to attack the castle.
Dress them up as bushes? Yes, I must admit that sounds like quite a good idea.
I once went to a fancy dress as a dance, dressed as a Christmas tree. I ought to look pretty with tinsel and fairy lights around me.
Really?
Perhaps I could be a Christmas tree this time.
Well, possibly, Godfrey, but I think on this occasion you may have to dispense with the decoration.
Oh, what a pity.
And anyway, it isn't Christmas.
Captain Mannering, I have been thinking.
Yeah, just a minute, Fraser. Verger!
Yes, Captain.
How much longer are you going to be dusting?
Oh, I don't know, but I've got to keep the place clean. The state you leave it in after every parade is a disgrace.
Well, you'll just have to finish it off some other time. You're getting on my nerves creeping about the hall with that miserable look on your face.
This is my normal expression. You can't be a verger with a funny face.
Well, you seem to manage all right.
All right. That's enough, Corporal. Now off we go, Verger. Find someone else to clean. Go and dust the side office.
All right, I'm going. These reverends won't like this, you know.
And Verger, close the door after you.
Hey, Captain Mannering, I have grave doubts about this plan.
How do you mean, Fraser?
Well, sir, we may think Colonel Square's a blithering idiot, but if he sees a lot of bushes coming out from behind that old wall and moving across the open ground, even he's bound to think there's something up.
Yes, I suppose that is a point.
Excuse me, Mr. Manreen. What about one of us getting inside a dummy log, on a small raft, and then drifting down the river towards the mill?
Oh, yes. Yes, that is a good idea. It is. Awfully good idea, Frank. Well done, Frank. Well done.
Just a minute.
Thank you ever so much, Uncle Arthur. You see, I do get some good ideas, don't I,
Of course
sometimes?
you do, Frank. Of course you do.
Thank you.
Just a moment. Before you start handing out the bouquets, we need someone to push the raft. And I don't think any of us can stay underwater that long.
I can't even swim.
Well, if you can't swim, you probably find it easier to stay under the water than the rest of us.
Why don't we get somebody in a diving suit to push the log?
Well, don't be absurd, Fraser. I ask you, who in Warmington-on-Sea is likely to have a diving suit?
I have.
You have? How on earth did you get that?
What? It happened when I was in the South Seas with a friend of mine, Stuart. We were diving for perils.
I see. Well, of course, that...
Hold on. Well, one day, sir, he was down below and I was standing on deck when all of a sudden I felt 4 pulls on his air pipe. That means, haul me up. Something was wrong. I looked down. The water there is as clear as crystal. And there was Stuart, fighting for his life with a giant squid. I didn't hesitate. I dived down into the depths and I plunged my knife between those 2 hideous eyes.
I don't suppose Stuart liked that very much.
I mean the squid's eyes, you silly old gummidge. Anyway, when my lungs busted, I gave the signal and the natives quickly pulled Stuart up, but when we got him on deck, I unscrewed his helmet and then I realized they pulled him up too quickly. He was dying from the dreaded bends. He gazed up at me and he says, "Jock, look after my dear old mother. See that she gets all my possessions." Well, he only had his diving suit and it wasn't any use to her, so I gave her 10 bob and kept it. But every time after that, whenever I went down in that helmet, I could hear that poor fellow's voice crying, "Help! Help!"
Right, Fraser, we take it you have a diving suit.
Prisoner speaks up. I'll have a word with the vicar about borrowing the log from Babes in the Wood.
Oh, I don't think the vicar's too keen on our borrowing his pantomime props, Jones.
Oh, don't you worry, sir. He's registered with me for meat. He'd do anything for a bit of kidney. I'll get the log, providing I go in it, of course.
Oh, very well, Jones. Yes, you can go inside the log.
You think that's wise, sir?
Oh, we'll be all right. It's enthusiasm that counts on these exercises. Anyway, he's got the vicar's kidney. Right, men, now we'll parade here tomorrow night, as usual, and we'll have a full rehearsal of the plan. That's all. Dismissed.
Classic comedy there from Dad's Army, and there'll be plenty more classic comedy later on. Now, let's have a track from Celine Dion and If Walls Could Talk.
Can you keep a secret. These walls keep a secret that only we know. But how long can they keep it? 'Cause when two lovers will lose control, we're two shadows chasing rainbows behind closed windows, behind closed doors. If it was good talk, oh, they would say I want you more. They would say, hey, never felt like this before, and that you will always be the one for me. Two people making memories, just too good to tell. And these arms are never empty when we're lying where we fell. We're painting pictures, making magic, taking chances, making love. If walls had eyes, they would see the love inside. They would see me in your arms in ecstasy, and with every move they know I love you so. I love you so. When I'm feeling weak, you give me wings. When the fire has no heat, you light it up again. When I hear no violins, you play my every string. So stop the press, hold the news. The secret's safe between me and you. Walls, can you keep a secret? If walls could talk, oh, they would say I want you more. They would say, hey, never felt like this before, and that you would always be the one for me. If the walls had eyes, they would see the love inside. They would see me in your arms in ecstasy, and with every move they know I love you so. I love you so. Oh, I love you so, baby. Oh, baby. Love you, love you, love you, love you so, honey. Love you, love you, love you so. In your arms, some ecstasy.
Hello, this is Ken Bruce. Can I just wish you a very speedy recovery, and while you're here, do stay tuned to this, your own hospital radio service.
There we heard the theme from the 1969 Bond movie On Her Majesty's Secret Service, which co-starred Diana Rigg, who has recently said that she would like to return to a Bond movie, but this time play a baddie. Okay, now, some more comedy for you now, and it's from Only Fools and Horses. And there's news this year that a new three-part Fools and Horses might be made, but we'll see what happens. Okay, this is from 1982, and Del Boy's been bitten by the gambling bug.
I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I mean, I thought we'd have got a right result with that scent. You know, I thought they'd be queuing, camping out on the pavement like they do at an Arad sale. Instead of that. How many did we sell in the end?
What, altogether?
Yeah.
None.
As many as that, was it? Hang about. I saw you sell one.
Yeah, she brought it back.
Oh, yeah. Why?
She smelt it. She said to me the last time she smelt an odour like that was when the cat sanctuary got bombed during the war.
Right, Dave. How's your luck, Del Boy?
Oh, don't ask, Trig, don't ask.
Still bad, eh?
Yeah.
Another pint of mild, please. Love, what's yours?
No, thanks, Trig, we're all right.
I ain't never seen such bad poker hands as he's been getting. He lost 150 nicker in cold blood last night.
£150?
Yeah, no, it's all right. I'm just going through this losing streak. It'll be all right. It'll soon pass.
You don't honestly believe all that rubbish about winning and losing streaks, do ya? You make your own luck in this world, son. There's no such thing as a losing streak. Just how much have you lost, Del?
Got your hanky handy? I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want you worrying. I couldn't stand all that dermatitis all over again. We've got 70 quid, and that's all that's left of our profits.
Well, at least we can put the central heating back on and get something to eat.
Hey? You don't think I'm wasting this on food and warmth, do ya? This is my stake money for tonight's game.
You're playing again tonight?
Yeah, tonight, 8:30, our place.
Trigger, Del.
Oh, hi, Boise.
Hello, Rodney.
Boise.
Oh, dear, what's up with you? Bird trouble? You look as though you've had a promise from a liar. How's your luck, Del?
Oh, change it. Outed 2,500 quid's worth of French scent this morning.
Oh, good. You're in a chair then, are you?
Hey? Oh, yeah. Trig?
I'm all right.
Good.
I'll have a cognac. Better make it a small one. Don't want to skint you before tonight's game, do I?
Julie? Could I have a double cognac, please? And I'll have a large Chivas Regal with Coke.
Yeah, and I'll have a double Southern Comfort with American Dry.
Yeah. That's half a lager for Rodney. And why don't you have one yourself, and put the change in the Third World Relief bottle, will you? So how's your luck, pal?
Well, not too good, to be fair with you. I sold one today, mind you, a 1980 Simca estate. Only made 850 out of it, no. I mean, what's 850 these days? Hardly eats my swimming pool for a week.
Grim, innit?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I said to Marlene the other day... You remember Marlene, don't you, Del?
Oh, yes. All the lads remember Marlene.
Yeah. I said to Marlene, if it wasn't for the fact that I was making so much out of Del and the boys, I'd have to do something really drastic, like only having smoked salmon twice a week, you know.
You got more front than Brighton, ain't you? Listen, Boise, I'm telling you that my luck's changing. I'm on a winning streak.
Oh,
no, I am, straight up. Now, listen, all right, then, I'll tell you what, look. It's 20 quid, right, that says the next customer in buys a pint of something.
You are on.
Right.
For 20 years since the next customer orders a short.
You're pushing your luck a bit, ain't you?
No, I'm not, Rodney. I've just seen the next customer who's coming in past the window. Come on, my son.
Yes, love.
I'll have a dry martini and a slimline tonic.
It pains me to take it, Del, you know. It really pains me. Well, cheers. 8:30 around your place, is it?
That is it. No, that is it.
Right, no, Del, I'll stop here, mate. Leave him.
I'm not going to hit him, you fool. Listen, I've got a double-headed coin. I'm going to stitch him up. Where is he? Wait, Boise. Here, just a minute, just before you go. I'll tell you what, look, you're a gambling man. That 20 quid, right? I'll toss you for it, double or nothing.
Go on, then.
Right.
Heads.
What?
Heads. You know what, Del? I hope this winning streak of yours holds out till tonight.
That's it. That is it. I've just done mistake money for tonight's game, haven't I?
Good.
What do you mean, good?
Look, you're on the verge of losing everything we've ever worked for on a rotten bloody poker game. What do you expect me to say, eh? Good old Del Boy knows a shortcut to the workhouse.
All right, Rodney, all right. Don't worry. If the worst comes to the worst, you know, we can always do ourselves in, can't we, eh? You know, me, you and Grandad can go and jump in the River Thames.
Be quicker to drink a drop of it.
Looks as though you've already started.
Boy, why don't you say to Boise, tonight's off? Say you caught something.
Look, let me explain something to you, Rodney. Right? Look, beneath all this finery, there lies a Burke. Now, that surprises you, doesn't it, eh?
No.
Look, you don't remember the day that Dad left home, do you? No, of course you don't, because you was too young. Well, Mum, she'd only just, you know, left us. And, well, you were just a little nipper with a pink patch over your National Health specs, you know, to help that turn in your eye. Grandad, he was sitting at home in his armchairs, waiting for colour television to be invented. Anyway, I came home that evening and found that Dad had gone, taken all his things and gone. He took everything, Rodney. He took my savings, my three-quarter-length suede coat. He even opened your little piggy bank. But the one thing that he didn't get was the money that Mum had left me and you. Well, that was because I hid it too well, see. Anyway, he left us with nothing, Rodney, not even the price of a meal. You know what day that was? It's my 16th birthday. He even took my cake.
What a lousy...
Oi, 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 oi! That's your father you're talking about.
Well, I'm sorry, Del, but that's how I feel
Well, it's
about
all
it.
right. It's understandable. It's understandable. But you see, from that day, I swore that I would never run away from anything in my life. I mean, you know, if a wild lion were to come in here now, my old April would be pouting like a good one, but I'd stand my ground. I would. Because it's geezers like me that capture German machine gun nests. And that's why I've got to play the game tonight, Rodney, you see, because I can't run away. Running away only wears out your shoes. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I understand you, Del. And I'll tell you something else. We're going to beat Boise tonight.
That's the spirit, my son. That's it. We'll take him to the cleaners.
Oh, what? They'll call our place Chase Sketchley's by the time we finish with him. Yeah. Right, well, I'll see you later. I'm going to get you some steak money.
Where from?
Oi, when the chips are down, I can be just as sharp as you. Now, you remember that party we had at the flat last month, yeah? There was plenty of booze, right?
You're not going to organise a disco, are you?
Eh? No. I'm going to take the empties back for you.
It's amazing, isn't it, Trig? Lived with him for all these years and I thought I really knew him. You know, and then something like this happens. Some simple gesture. And then you suddenly realise what a 100% 24-carat plonker he really is.
Comedy there from Only Fools and Horses from 1982. Okay, now the Mater Hospital shop, which is situated at 17 Dorset Street, have a monster sale and a great selection, and everything is half price. So pop along there if you can, and we'll listen to Tom Jones, and he's working 9 to 5.
Tumble out of bed and stumble to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch and try to come to life. Jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the street the traffic starts jumping, but folks like me on the job from 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5, hard a way to make a living. Getting by, it's all taking and no giving. Just use your mind and never give you credit. It's gonna drive you crazy if you let it. Working 9 to 5, on service and devotion, you would face that I deserve a bad promotion. On to overhead. You step on the boss man's ladder, but you got your dreams and he never takes them away. You see folks with a lot of young brains waiting for the day your ships will come in, and the tide's gonna turn and it's all gonna roll away. And working 9 to 5, they've got you where they want you. There's a better life, and you dream about it, don't you? It's a safe man's game, no matter what they call it. You spend your life putting money in his pocket, working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Well, you get by. It's all taking and no giving. You just use your mind, and you never get the credit. It's enough to drive you crazy. If you let it, 9 to 5.
Folks, come here. There's more. It's me, Jimmy Cricket, and I'm with you on Hospital Radio, wishing all the listeners and all the presenters lots of happiness.
This is Matter Hospital Radio.
The car won't start, it's falling apart. I was late for work and the boss got smart. My panty line shows, got a run on my hose. My hair went flat, man, I hate that. Oh. Just so when I thought things couldn't get worse, I realized I forgot my purse. With all this stress, I must confess, this could be worse than PMS. This job ain't worth the pay. Can't wait till the end of the day. Hey, honey, I'm on my way. Hey, 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 hey. Honey, I'm home and had a hard day. Pour me a cold one and oh, by the way, hair up my feet, give me something to eat. Fix me up my favorite treat. Honey, I'm back, my head's killing me. I need to relax and watch TV. Get off the phone, give a dog a bone. Hey, hey, honey, I'm home. A broken nail open in the mail. I cursed out loud cause it hurt like hell. This job's a pain, it's so mundane. It sure don't stimulate my brain. This job ain't worth the pay. Can't wait till the end of the day. Hey, honey, I'm on my way. Hey, 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 hey. Honey, I'm home and had a hard day. Pour me a cold one and oh, by the way, hair up my feet, give me something to eat. Fix me up my favorite treat. Honey, I'm back, my head's killing me. I need to relax and watch TV. Get off the phone, give a dog a bone. Hey, hey, honey, I'm home. Oh, rub my neck, will you? Honey, I'm home and I had a hard day. Pour me a cold one, oh, by the way, hair up my feet, give me something to eat. Fix me up my favorite treat. Honey, I'm back, my head's killing me. I need to relax and watch TV. Get off the phone, give a dog a bone. Hey, hey, honey, I'm home. I'm home. Oh, it feels much better.
Two work-related songs there. First we heard Tom Jones working 9 to 5, and then we had Shania Twain with Honey, I'm Home. Okay, now it's time now for our classic comedy of the week, and it's Steptoe and Son. A true television classic charting the love-hate relationship of a widower father and his middle-aged unmarried son, who ran a decrepit rag and bone business in Shepherd's Bush, West London. The episode that you'll hear shortly will be brought to you in two parts, the second section being played at around 6:30. But just before we start, allow me to give you a little information about the series. Steptoe & Son was never conceived as a series, but was delivered to the BBC back in 1962 as a one-off piece in a comedy playhouse season from the writers of Hancock's Half Hour, Ray Galton and Alan Simpson. The BBC's head of light entertainment was so impressed by it that a series was offered to the writers, and so began the show that was to become a worldwide success and change the face of situation comedy forever. In its day, the show attracted around 26 million viewers in the UK. That's about half the entire population. Between 1962 and 1965, 27 black and white episodes were made. Then after a 5-year break, the series returned in 1970 in colour for a further 30 episodes, and 2 feature films were produced, one in 72 and the other the following year. The episodes were transferred and adapted for radio and ran from 1966 to 1976. The series had versions in many countries. In 1970, the Americans produced their own and called it Sanford & Son, and even the Dutch got in on the act with Stiefbeen in Soon. Though Wilfred Bramble and Harry S. Corbett played the London pair very convincingly, in reality, as some of you probably know, Bramble was born in Dublin and Corbett in Burma, but was raised from the age of 3 in Manchester. And the age difference between this father and son pair was in real life only 13 years. Harry S. Corbett died in 1982 at the age of 57, and Wilfred Bramble in 85 at the age of 73. But the poignantly comic performances of these two great actors lives on. So let's now hear part 1 from the very first episode of Steptoe & Son, entitled The Author.
What's all this then? Have you been out all day just for this? All day just to collect this load of rubbish?
Oh, for God's sake, don't start that.
Didn't anybody know you was coming? Has the flapper on your bell gone or something? Or did you put slippers on the horse so nobody'd hear you?
Dad?
There. What you been doing, creeping round the streets? Cool blimey. 8 hours you've been out. I used to get more out of this than one house.
There ain't so much junk about these days.
Listen, son, if you don't shout out, they aren't going to come looking for you. You're going to bawl out. They're all in there listening to housewives. Sure as they can't hear you, creeping boy.
I was shouting. I got a sore throat through shouting. I'm cold, so don't start.
Oh, we can't retire on this, can we? Bottles, empty bottles. Yeah. It's not good enough. A mattress. Who's going to sleep on springs like them? They jump out and bite you in the back. Oh, I know it says Steptoe & Son scrap merchants on them gates, but you've got to do better than this, Harold. I mean, look at it. Where's the lead? I told you especially to keep your eye out for lead.
Dad, there ain't no lead about.
And where's the brass? There ain't no brass here.
There ain't no brass about either.
Yes, there's brass about. There's always brass about. And lead, you've got to shout for it, though. If it ain't tied up in ribbons outside the front gate, you just don't want to know, do you? Go and feed the horse.
I'm going to.
That's another thing. You don't look after that horse. How can you expect to get around quick if the horse ain't in good nick?
Hey, look, Dad, you looks after the yard, and I looks after the horse and cart, all right?
He don't get enough to eat. He's entitled to eat, that horse is, same as you and me. He's just as much part of the business as we are.
Oh, for God's sake, Dad, don't keep on about that horse.
He's a dumb animal. He can't tell us when he's hungry.
Oh, this one can. A greedy, hungry, gutted, great clod up.
You watch your language. Your mother didn't like it, and neither do I. You haven't learned it all fast, so don't come out with it.
Well, here's a greedy, hungry, gutted... Look, you say stop outside of their houses. I daren't stop. You get off, knock on the door, he's got half their edge inside of him.
Well, come on. Let's get this rubbish off.
I was going to feed the horse.
Leave the horse. This is more important. Give his hand with this chaise along. Gee, what good's that? Half the straw's hanging out. Look at all that straw.
That's your precious horse did that. I had it down on the pavement, I went in to pay the woman, and when I got back, old greedy guts had got his great chompers stuck into it. I tell you, he's useless. He's old and he's slow. I don't know why you don't take him round the knacker's yard and have him melted down.
Melted down? You don't like that horse, do you? Come on, admit it, you've never liked him, have you?
Well, seeing as how you brought it up, no, I don't. He's vicious, he is. He lunged at me again today.
that horse is no fool. He knows when he's not liked. You got to handle him right, like I handle him. He don't lunge at me.
Of course he don't. He knows when he's onto a good thing. I mean, the way you treats him, giving him sweets and lumps of sugar all the time, his teeth has gone rotten through you. I don't call that being kind to an horse, making his teeth go rotten.
It's not the sweets. He's getting old. That's why his teeth is rotten.
Glue, that's all he's good for.
Yeah. Come on, then. Let's see what you've been spending our capital on. Hey, what's this? Woolens or rags?
I don't know. It's a bit of both, I dare say.
What rates did you pay? Woolens or rags? You got £6 here. Are they cream or dark?
They're mostly cream. The rest is rags.
How many times have I told you to sort them out before you pay for them?
Gordon Bennett, I only gave her a tenner for the lot.
That's not bad, I suppose. I'll sort them out in future.
Hey, look. You moans about the way I treats the horse. You moans about the way I goes out totting. All right, then, you go out with the cart. Go on, you go out. I'll stay here in the yard. I wouldn't mind sitting around the fire drinking tea all day long. Go on, you get up on that plank if you're so good at it. I'm sick and tired of sitting up there, staring at that great backside all day long. It's going up and down, up and down, up and... You go out tomorrow. I stop breathing down my neck. Come on, help me unload this stuff.
You know I can't take the cart out anymore. Not with me legs.
Yeah, well, that's it then, isn't it? Well, you don't want to say anything, do you? Otherwise, I'm liable to turn this lot in and be off. I'm sick to death of you, the yard, the cart, and the horse.
Yeah, what do you know? What could you do?
Oh, look, mate, don't you worry about me. I can look after myself. I'll be all right.
Yeah.
I've had an offer.
An offer? What? Get out of here.
Oh, yes, I am. And it don't include you or that rotten horse. See? OK. All right. Well, what's it then?
What offer? Who from?
Never you mind. I'll go and feed the horse.
You don't want to go taking no offers? We got a good business here.
Well, you're worried now, aren't you?
You don't want to go taking no offers. Young fella like you. You know where you are here. Outside, you don't know where you are. You're safe here. You're a partner here. And there's not many lads of your age with a partnership, and there's 5 in business like this.
Dad, I'm 37.
Well, that's young, isn't it? If I was 37, I'd be out with that horse.
If you was 37, you wouldn't be out with that horse, because that horse wouldn't have been born. You would have been out with the horse we had before, and it was a much better horse than the rotten one I have to go rounds with.
Now you've done it, he heard you. Go on, blame the horse. All bad workmen blame the tools. You had it too easy, you had. My dad made me come up the hard way. That's where I've gone wrong. I put you straight into the business. You didn't have to work your way up. Straight onto the cart you went with your own horse and your own name on the gate.
My name on the gate? Come here.
What for?
Come here, come on. Come here.
All right.
Now look at this gate. My name ain't on the gate. It's only got and son.
Well, that's you, ain't it?
No, it ain't. It's you. It was your dad who had that sign painted.
Well, it's an old firm. No point in wasting money. Keep on changing the sign. It'll all come to you one day when I'm dead and buried. I don't suppose that'll be long.
Oh, God, here we go. Oh, here comes a sad bit.
Hey, put that violin down. That might be valuable.
Oh, yes, the Stradivarius, without a doubt. Here, how about a quick chorus of Arts and Flowers? All right.
Yes.
Da, da, da,
Yeah, be
da,
quiet.
da, da. Come on, come on. Da,
Stop it,
da,
will you? Stop
da, 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 da. Oh, come on. Oh, tell us how you're hard done by. Oh, tell us how ill you are. Come on. Oh, tell us how you work your fingers to the bone just for me. Yes, come on. Say how ungrateful I am.
Stop it, stop it, stop it, here, stop it, stop it. You'll all have your head off.
Well, that sword down. You might get hurt.
I'll teach you to laugh at your father.
Yeah, you've got to get out of scabbard first, mate.
You don't want to go taking no offers. I've built up this business for you, son. It's yours when I'm gone. And then, When your son comes along, you won't have to change the sign either. Steptoe and son. Only it'll be you and your son.
But I ain't got no son, have I? I haven't even got a wife.
I'll go out and get one then.
How can I? Look, I'm never going to get married, Dad. So as soon as I meet a bird and she says, what do I do? And I says, I'm a rag and bone man. She doesn't want to know.
What's wrong with rag and bone man? Go on, tell me, go on. It's an honourable profession. Oh, you can laugh, but we're very useful members of the community, we are.
Oh, yes.
If it wasn't for us, the whole country'd be cluttered up. You tell them that next time they turn their nose up. Hey, this mattress ain't bad. Where'd you get this?
Some old bird in Devlin Street. She wanted $50 for it, the saucy old move.
You didn't give it to her?
Of course not. In the end, she gave me 3 and a tenner to take it away.
You're learning, son. You're not such a rotten rag and bone man after all.
Thank you very much.
Now, let me feel it. There's ways of testing mattresses, you know.
Well, do you, Mark? Do you need them walk all over it? Look at those muddy feet marks.
It's not bad, is it? Not too many lumps. Good quality. Look, it's still got the utility sign on it. Yeah, I'll have that on my bed. When you've fed the horse, you can take that in and bring mine out.
Oh, yes, all right. Look, I'll get you a continental headboard and a bedside cabinet if you'd like to hang on.
Don't be saucy.
Well, it's always the same. I mean, if anything half decent comes along, you always keeps it for yourself. You're like a little old squirrel, you are. With your little nuts all hidden away for the winter, aren't you?
I'm only trying to build up a decent place for you. You don't want to bring your wife home to a slum, do you? What's this?
What's it look like? It's a plate.
Look nice on the wall, that would.
What do you want to put plates on the wall for? They're to eat off of. That's the idea of them. You don't put wallpaper on the table, do you? What's the matter with you? You're going potty in your old age.
That's going on my wall.
Look, I thought the idea of this game was to collect stuff and flog it. You never wants to flog anything.
You can't flog pieces like this. Look at it. It's beautiful. Look at that glaze. It's a collector's item, this is.
Oh, yes.
As nice a piece of Crown Derby as ever come into the yard.
Crown Derby? Oh, your eyes is going.
Huh?
That's a bit of red anchor Chelsea, that is.
Never red anchor. What do you know about pottery?
That's red anchor, I tell you.
Never.
Look, I had you over that Chinese vase, didn't I? I proved you wrong there.
What Chinese vase?
That Ming dynasty. The one you keeps your threepenny bits in. The one you said was a Tang dynasty.
Well, so it is.
It ain't, I tell you, it's a Ming. I mean, I'd have understood it if you thought it was a Sung dynasty. But forgetting a Ming mixed up with a Tang. I mean, there's hundreds of years difference. Oh, it just exposes you, that's all.
Anyway, I'm sticking this up on my wall.
I'll stick it where you like. I've got
Haven't you fed that poor animal yet?
Don't start that again, and don't pinch any more of that junk. That is for flogging. You've already had the mattress and the plate, now leave it alone. Leave it all out here. Otherwise, I shall take that offer.
Yeah. Well, you go and feed the horse.
That's my final warning.
Yeah. Some nice stuff here. This mirror ain't bad. Bit cracked. Would look nice in the oil, this would.
And you can hear part 2 of our classic comedy of the week, Steptoe and Son, in about half an hour's time. Let's now listen to Lulu and to Sir with Love.
Those schoolgirl days of telling tales and writing nails are gone, but in my mind I know they will still live on and on. But how do you think taken you from crayons to perfume. It isn't easy, but I'll try. If you wanted the sky, I would ride across the sky in letters that would soar 1,000 feet high to serve with love. The time has come for closing books, and long last looks must end. And as I leave, I know that I am leaving my best friend, a friend who taught me right from wrong and weak from strong. That's a lot to learn. What can I give you in return? If you wanted the moon, I would try to make a start, but I would rather you let me give my heart to serve with
Hello, this is Ken Bruce. Can I just wish you a very speedy recovery, and while you're here, do stay tuned to this, your own hospital radio service.
no more carefree laughter, silence ever after, walking through an
don't you think it's about time you cleared all that rubbish out of the sideboard?
Yes. Yes, it's getting a bit loaded up, isn't it? It's amazing how things collect over the years. Yes, come on, let's have a clear out.
Well, take the drawers out and empty them onto the table.
Now, come on, Bill, give me a hand.
Now, careful now, don't drop it.
That's it. Now, turn it upside down.
Look at it all. How can anyone get so much stuff in one drawer?
I can't understand it. We cleared it out 5 years ago.
Well, I don't know why you don't tip it all straight onto the fire. It's all junk.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it? Still, we might as well sort it out first. I mean, most of it can go, but there might be just one or two things in there we ought to keep. All the things we want to keep, we'll put back in the drawer. Let's see now, what have we got here?
What about all this string here? That can go.
No. We're always looking for string in this house. Now, undo all the knots, roll it up into a ball and put it back. Let's see now. Hair grips, elastic band, a bit of billiard chalk, German stamp, 2 drawing pins, a pipe cleaner, a matchbox, a couple of 5 stones, a doorknob, some curtain runners, half a pair of sunglasses, domino, bit of glass, toy soldier with his head off, and a nail. Right, we'll put all that lot in the cigar box and put them back.
Why? I thought we were clearing it out.
We are. We've got to discriminate. You never know when that stuff might come in handy. We must only get rid of the useless stuff. Now, put it back. Now, we know where it is when we need it. Now, what else have we got? A couple of screws. Better keep those. They must have fallen out of something. We've just got to wait till something or other falls to bits, then we know where they've come from. You'll be glad we kept them, then.
All right, then, but please throw out something.
Well, I intend to. That's the idea of having a clear-out. Now, there's some marbles here.
Well, you don't need those.
Oh, yes, but this one's a Red Rider. They're very rare. Very rare they are. We'd better keep that.
How about the other 2?
Well, if we're going to keep one, we might as well keep the others. Put them back. This is interesting. 4 bits of jigsaw puzzle. A man's earroll. Bit of sky. A bit of ship's flag and a green bit. Do you think it's that Drake on Plymouth Hoe one you bought me when I was in bed with me feet? What happened to that? It was set out on the tea trolley, wasn't it?
Yeah, it gradually got mixed up with the broken biscuits and sort of slowly disappeared.
Yes, well, I think we'll keep these. Put them back in the drawer.
What is the point of keeping 4 bits of stray jigsaw puzzle?
Because I am not convinced that the rest of it is missing. Supposing we found the other 996 bits and we'd thrown these away. I'd never forgive myself. Beautiful stretch of pale blue sky with a hole in it. It'd look horrible. We will keep them until it is ascertained beyond all possible doubt that the rest of it is not in existence. Now, what's this? 2 French francs. We'll keep those in case we go on holiday.
Well, this can go. This is no possible use to anyone.
Wait a minute. What is it? Let me see it.
It's a wireless license for 1936.
You can't throw that away. Have you gone mad? Supposing a gentleman from the BBC comes round and says you didn't pay your wireless license in 1936. Well, then I've got proof here that I did. I keep all my old bills. You can put that in the loft with all the others.
Well, we might as well throw these stones out. I don't know how they got there.
You can't throw my stones away. These are not just ordinary stones, matey. These are from the beach at Bognor Regis. They have tremendous sentimental and intrinsic value. I count them amongst my most treasured souvenirs. Look at them worn smooth by countless centuries of eternal battle with the movement of the restless sea. I shall gaze at them when I'm old and grey, sitting back in me old rocker, contemplating the wondrous subtlety of the shade in the strata that traverses them, and just remembering the most miserable holiday I ever spent in my life. Some spotty-faced little Herbert prized them out of the tire on me bike and slung them at me.
I've rolled up the...
I haven't finished yet. Leave them there.
I've rolled up the string like you said, Tub.
Well?
I can't get it off me fingers now. I think I've rolled it too tight.
Well, what do you want me to do about it?
I don't know. I just thought you might have an idea.
Well, I haven't. You'll just have to work it out for yourself. Stop picking my brains. Now, what else have we got here?
Well, surely you don't want this.
Put that down. That is the only one of its kind in East Cheam. That is an unopened box of chocolate biscuits, handed to my grandfather as he got off the troop ship for South Africa.
Got off?
Well, he should have gone, but his leg went funny just before they pulled up the gangplank. Broke his heart not going with the rest of the lads. The tears were streaming down his face as he tore down the quayside and ran back home to his mother. It's an old family heirloom. I couldn't possibly throw that out.
You realise you haven't got rid of anything yet.
All right. There's still a pile of stuff here. I'm only getting rid of the rubbish. Just happens that all the stuff we've picked so far is indispensable. I mean, most of this stuff can go. I mean, there's nothing here.
Right. Well, I'll throw it all in the dustbin.
Wait a minute. What's this? A jar of pills.
What are they for?
Don't know. The labels come off. You can't throw them away because whatever they're for, I might get it again. See now, a cotton reel. Oh, we'll keep that. I can bang 4 nails in it and make some woolen reins.
The drawer's nearly as full now as it was when we started.
Well, don't worry. There's nothing else here I want to keep. All this can go.
Right.
Wait a minute. All except the cigarette cards. There's 9 here. Great film stars. George Arliss, Mary Astor, Richard Dix, Lyle Barrymore, Miriam Hopkins, George Brent, Melvin Douglas, Nelson Eddy, and Zazu Pitts.
When did you collect those?
1937.
What do you want to keep them now for?
Well, swaps, of course. I want to make the set up. You never know. There might be someone who's got some to change. You put them back in the drawer. Hello, what's this? Well, me sweet coupons. Fancy finding those. Hello, I've still got a quarter here. You better keep those, then.
What for?
Well, supposing they bring them back. I've got a quarter of a pound of almond nougat in me.
What about this thing here?
Oh, we must keep that.
What is it?
What do you mean, what is it? It's Well, how do I know what it is? We'd better keep it, though. It might be something important. It's good quality metal, that is. It only needs a clean-up, but it'll be as good as new.
But what is it?
What does it matter what it is? Suffice to know that if we ever need one, we've got one.
Tab, me fingers are turning white.
Oh?
Yeah, the string's getting tighter.
You shouldn't have dipped your hand in the water, should you?
Well, I had to. The string was on fire. I tried to burn it off with me cigarette lighter.
What a buffoon. Cut it off with the scissors.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, isn't it?
I suppose, of course, you want to keep this?
Naturally. What's that?
A thin strip of aluminium with the following inscription stamped on it. I love you, Elsie. Clapham Junction Station, June 1940.
Elsie. Oh, yes, I remember. An ATS girl. Oh, she was horrible, yes. I remember it now. Platform 7. We had 3 hours to wait before the train came in, and she wanted something to remember me by. There was nothing in the chocolate machine, so I went over and bashed her out a pennyworth of that. Sent it back 3 years later. She said she'd found someone she liked better than me. He had more money, could afford to bash out longer messages. Keep it, though. It's a link with me sordid past. Well, that's it. There's nothing else I want to keep. You can throw all the rest away. What's left?
A thimble with the top worn down.
Is that all?
Yes.
Oh, you can throw that away, then.
You mean you don't want to keep it?
No, I don't think skiffle will last much longer. Now, throw it away.
Well, so much for the clear-out. 1 thimble. It's hardly worth the trouble, was it?
I don't know. It doesn't do any harm to take stock of one's valuables now and again.
One's valuables? You wouldn't get any more than 9 for that lot, including the sideboard.
Tab. Tab.
What?
I can't get the scissors under the string. It's too tight. I think we'd better do something. Me fingers are throbbing and they're turning blue.
Look, you wound the string round your fingers, right? Yeah. Well, to get it off, why not try winding it in the opposite direction?
Oh, yeah. Why didn't I think of that?
Classic comedy there from Tony Hancock, Hetty Jakes and Bill Kerr. And there'll be more classic comedy in a few minutes' time. Okay, now, some of the signs that you see on walls and things, sometimes they can be sort of, how should we say, written in such a way that they can have a different meaning. Here are some that have been seen around over the years in different places. Okay, there was one that was in a chemist in Sunderland, and they said, "We dispense with accuracy." And there's another one that was seen in a washing machine shop in Walsall in England. "Don't kill your wife, Let our washing machines do all the dirty work. There's number 1 from a school in Derbyshire. Will the individual who borrowed a letter from the caretaker last Monday kindly return the same immediately, otherwise further steps will be taken. And here's one that was seen outside a disco. Come in your thousands. Hall holds 500. And number 1, seen in a London apartment store. Bargain basement upstairs.
Guess there's no use in hanging round. Guess I'll get dressed and do the town. I'll find some crowded avenue, though it will be empty without you. Can't get used to losing you no matter what I try to do. Gonna live my whole life through loving you. Call up some girl I used to know. After I heard her say hello, I couldn't think of anything to say. Since you're gone, it happens every day. Can't get used to losing you no matter what I try to do. Gonna live my whole life through loving you. I'll find somebody, wait and see. Who am I kidding? Only me. 'Cause no one else could take your place. Guess that I am just a hopeless case. Can't get used to losing you no matter what I try to do. Gonna live my whole life through loving you. I can't get used to losing you no matter what I try to do. Gonna live my whole life through loving you.
Andy Williams there, and can't used to losing you. Some more comedy now, and Victor Meldrew is losing something, and it's not just his mind, it's his sleep as well.
Try counting something.
I'll try counting my blessings. Well, that didn't take very long. Oh, bloody fitted sheets. Look at this. Don't they ever stay put? 3 times I've blown my nose in this. I think it was a handkerchief. I make the bed tomorrow. I'll use a staple gun. What time is it?
3:15.
4 hours. Hate it when I can't get to sleep. Always the same. I just lie awake worrying. Worrying about the fact that I can't get to sleep. Working out how much time I've got left, how many hours I can just squeeze in, providing I manage to go to sleep within the next 5 minutes. That keeps me awake for another hour.
Try relaxing more. Let your whole body go limp.
I did let my whole body go limp. I fell out of bed. You'll recall. I haven't been back to sleep since.
Because you keep thinking too much. That's half your trouble. Give your brain a rest, and then perhaps you might drift off. Just let your mind go completely blank.
I suppose. Got a stomachache now.
Whereabouts?
Whereabouts in my left earlobe. And I feel sickened to the bargain. You know what that is? Be that dodgy pasta we had at your mother's last night. No, she doesn't understand a word of Italian. Working from that old magazine clipping with a list of ingredients on. Turned out with a cast list of The Godfather. Shudder to think what she put in it. Parmesan cheese and a horse's head, judging from the taste. Spaghetti al Pacino.
Are you going to go on like this all night?
What's that? You hear that?
What?
That strange hooting sound.
That's probably Mrs. Biswell down the corner.
It's that baby owl I told you about the other night. He's perched on the telephone wire. Look at him, perched right over my car roof. You just dare, matey boy. He's thinking about it as well, you can tell.
Well, he will do if you keep staring at him. Come back to bed. You'll make him nervous.
Well, why is it they never splatter anyone else's car, only mine? He's going to as well. Look, he's just getting into position, shifting himself round. Any second now, he's definitely going to... There. Oh, I don't believe it. Where are those car keys? Twice I've had to take that back in because the setting was too sensitive. Get off. Can't tell me there isn't something wrong somewhere when your car alarm's set off by a bird dropping. As from tomorrow, that's their rations cut off. Any bits of burnt toast now go straight in the bin. What's this packet of Bisto doing in here?
What?
What's this packet of Bisto doing in the medicine cabinet?
How do I know what it's doing? I can't even see it.
Bring them up again in the morning, kind of the first job. Oh, that's woken me up even more now. Given me something else to worry about. Why is nothing ever simple in life? What is it that makes that last teaspoon cling on for dear life in the washing up bowl every night? When you pour the water away, even if you haven't used a bloody teaspoon, there's always one appears from somewhere.
Will you go to sleep?
Mysteries of the universe. Time and space. Life and death. Lenny Bennett and Jerry Stevens. Never did hear any more of them. Time. When you think about it, nothing ever exists, in fact. I was working it out in the post office while I was waiting for that woman to finish twanging her elastic bands. The future doesn't exist because it hasn't happened yet. The past doesn't exist because it's already over. And the present doesn't exist because as soon as you start to think about it, it's already become the past, which doesn't exist anymore. Like that moment just then when I said that. That's already in the past. Gone forever. And so is that. When I just said, gone forever. And so is that. When I just said, and so is that, that's gone forever now as well. And so is that. When I just said, that's gone forever now as well, that's gone forever now as well.
Will you shut up? For God's sake, Victor! Jabbering on all the while there like a rabid parrot. It'd be really wonderful, wouldn't it, if we could just have a bit of peace and quiet and both lie back and get some sleep. Oh.
That's One Foot in the Grave, and there'll be part 2 of Steptoe and Son at about 6:30, after we hear from Foreigner and I've Been Waiting for a Girl Like You. Foreigner, and I've been waiting for a girl like you. And we'll now join Steptoe & Son again for part 2 of our classic comedy of the week, and we'll pick up where we left off. Here they are, Steptoe & Son.
There. That mirror looks real nice next to me plate and me barometer. It's about the only place on the wall with nothing on it.
What have you been doing?
Nothing, son.
Then what was that banging I heard?
Banging? I didn't hear no banging.
Have you been putting anything on the wall?
Me? Oh, no, not me.
I just think we heard banging.
Oh, yes, banging,
Yeah.
Yes, I did put the plate up, just the old Crown Derby.
Red anchor.
Yeah. All right, innit? What have you got there?
Oh, what's it look like? It's bottles. Booze bottles.
Yeah. By the look of them, they've still got some in.
Here, come and help me sort them out.
What's that?
Whiskey.
Whiskey. Hang on, we put in my bottle.
Pass me that funnel, then. Oh, look at this. Here, there's a good couple of inches of the old Vin Rouge here. Oh, Chateau Margaux. Oh, have we got any Chateau Margaux up there?
Chateau Margaux? What year?
1955.
55. Here we are.
Let's have the funnel, then.
That's full up now.
Well, you knows what to do. Hammer the cork in and put it on its side.
Let's have a drop now.
No.
Go on.
No. It's for when we got guests.
We don't have guests. It'll go rotten, I'm telling you. Look at that bottle of 1931 Chompertin. It's still only half full. Yeah, I ain't collected no 1931 Chompertin since 1932. It'll go rotten, I tell you. Let's drink it now.
Look, put it back where I'm not touching it. How can I build up a wine cellar with you wanting to drink it all? Here, how are we off for Yugoslavian Riesling?
We ain't got none.
Right. Well, put that on the shelf then. We'll start a new bottle. Hello, what's this? Non-vintage Beaujolais.
Oh, we got some of that, and it's nearly full.
Good. This should finish it off then. Here, hang on, wait a minute. Oh, the rotten, lousy, stinking twits.
What's the matter?
Paraffin. They put paraffin in it. Ruined me bottle of Beaujolais. It's taken me a year to fill that one up.
I told you we should have drunk it.
How can people do things like that?
Perhaps it won't matter. It might taste all right. I knew a man who drank methylated spirits. He swore by it.
Look, I'm not an alcoholic, mate. I'm a connoisseur.
Well, if you don't want it, I'll have it. I don't mind a bit of paraffin.
Ugh. You dirty old man. Ooh.
Cool. Lovely.
Oh, God.
You try it. You can hardly taste it.
You ain't got no taste buds, have you? How you ever had me, I don't know. We're so different from each other.
Well, you got a lot of your mum in you. She got a refinement. You got it from her. Sunday school teacher she was when I met her. Not after. I soon hit that on the head.
That's enough of that.
And another thing. It ain't the sweets that's making that horse's teeth go rotten. I do look at mine. I eat more sweets than he has, and my teeth ain't gone rotten.
Well, of course they haven't. You got false teeth, haven't you? False teeth don't go rotten, do they?
Don't they?
Well, of course they don't.
Oh, well. Perhaps we should get the horse some false teeth then.
Melt him down. That's our new thing for him. Wasting money on false teeth for horses. Here, just a minute. What's in this bottle? Oh, gin. Bring me the gin over. And bring us a bit of rag.
What for?
To wipe the funnel out, of course. I have been pouring red wine in that funnel, haven't I? I don't want to pour gin on top of it, do I? It'll go pink, won't it? Give us that bottle. Hello. There was more in this than that.
Aye?
I said that there was more in this than that than there is now.
Don't look at me.
I am looking at you. I put a mark on this label, see? That's where the mark is, and that's where the gin is. 2 inches underneath.
It must have evaporated.
Yeah. Well, I know where it evaporated too. You've been at it, haven't you? I've been out on the cart and you've been at the gin. Oh, well, let's put a tin out on it, that is. I'm off. I'm taking that offer.
I only had a little sip to keep the cold out. My legs was playing me up.
That's finished it. I've had enough. That's one thing I'm not putting up with. Nicking stuff out of my cocktail cabinet. You've gone too far this time. No, this is it. This is fine. I'm off. I'm going to pack everything on that cart and I'm off. I'm taking that offer.
Wait a minute, son. You can't leave me. I can't run this place on my own. You don't want to go taking no offers. You'll feel differently tomorrow. You've had a hard day.
But don't get in my way. Look, I've made up my mind. I should have done this years ago. Mind out.
I won't touch a cocktail cabinet no more. Cross me heart and hope to die. Don't leave me, son.
It's not just the gin. This is a good offer I've had.
I'll give you the plate, Harold. You can have the plate.
I don't want a plate. I can sell my share of this lot, and then I can burn my way in.
What's going to happen to me? I'm too old to be on my own. Oh, it's my heart again. Oh, my heart started again. I'm going, Harold. Harold, do you hear me? I'm going.
Well, that makes 2 of us, doesn't it?
I don't think I'm going to get over this one. I'm on my way, Harold.
Say hello to Grandad when you get there, won't you? But get out of the way while I collect my things. Right, where's my barometer?
What barometer?
The one I bought today, where is it?
I ain't seen no barometer.
Well, what's this on the wall then? A banjo?
Don't take the barometer. I always wanted a barometer.
Well, it's mine. I can get a few bob on it.
It's no good to you. It's in French. You don't know the French for cloudy.
I don't have to know what the French for cloudy is. I can look out the window, can't I?
You're stealing. That's what you're doing. Robbing an old man of his last possessions. Anyway, what do you want with all this stuff?
I'm going to flog it. I'm going to flog all this stuff. I'm going to buy my way in, and then I'll be well away. I'll make a name for myself. I'll never make a name for myself here. Here I'm just... and son. I'll have these chairs.
Don't you go doing nothing you'll regret later.
Don't keep following me about.
Not following you about. It's my yard. I can walk about just as I like. I don't have to ask you.
All right, then, go on. Walk about, then. I'll stop here.
I don't want to walk about.
No. You just want to follow me, don't you? Well, I ain't going to do you no good if you do. I'm not going to change my mind. I mean it this time. I'm off.
So, you've made up your mind, have you?
Yes, I have. I'm in a rut here. I've been a rag and bone man for 25 years. 25 years. Ever since I left school.
I ain't done so bad out of it. You got a cocktail cabinet, a wine cellar, and a barometer. There ain't many boys of your age who've got a wine cellar.
Well, you've held me back all these years. You have. Who kept me here? You and your arts and your legs. You stifle me, you have. I've got ideas. I've always had ideas. I could have been somebody, I could. I could have been a company director by now. A giant of industry. But it was you. You kept me all these years stuck here. You and that rotten horse. You moaning and nagging all day long. I've been wasting myself. Well, the time has come. I'm breaking out. I'm striking out on my own. I'm going to make my mark on the world, and you're not going to stop me. And what's more, I'm taking this armchair with me.
You mind you don't hurt yourself with that. You aren't as young as you were. It's a rotten operation if you get it, that is.
That'll be all right in my study, that will. I'll have it recovered in red leather. Yes, with brass nails all round it. And pine panel library. And I'll have my bookcases right up to the ceiling. My books. Where's my books? Here we are. I thought I had more than 5. Oh, yes. I shall want this golf bag.
You'll be playing some golf then, will you?
Well, all company directors plays golf. Oh, that's essential, that is. Oh, all the big deals is done on a golf course. Oh, you've got to play golf. I better take these as well. spare tyres for my motor car.
There's an old battery down there.
Yeah, that's mine. I left that in my garage. My chauffeur can look after them for me. Bang 'em on. Right. Now, if there's anything else I need, I'll come back and get it. Oh, well, that's it. I'll be off now, then. Go and get the horse.
You're not having the horse.
I want the horse.
The horse is mine. I'm not giving him to you.
Well, he only wants to borrow him. I want to get my stuff moved in.
No, you're not having him. You've never liked him. You've never had one good word to say for him all the time we've had him.
I've got to have the horse. That's how I'm not going to get this stuff out.
That's your problem, ain't it? You're not having the horse.
You're all right. Keep your stinking horse. That ain't going to bother me. I'll move this gear myself. I don't want any favours from you, mate. I've never had any in the past, and I don't want none now. That's just another reason for going. I'll soon have this lot on the move.
What are you doing now?
What do you think I'm doing? You got eyes? If I can't have the horse, I'll get between the shafts and I'll pull the rotten thing myself.
You'll never do that.
Won't I? We'll see. Oh, well, I'm sorry it had to end this way. I'll come and see you when the pressure's off a bit. Cheerio.
Cheerio.
Is that brake off?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'll be off then. Cheerio.
You better make a move on. It's getting dark.
I'm getting a move on. Don't you worry about me. I'll be there in time.
You got far to go then?
Yeah. But it won't take long. Once I get it going. Cheerio then.
Cheerio.
No hard feeling.
No?
That's the only way. See, if you don't look after yourself, you don't deserve to get on. I was in the rat, you see. See, if I don't go now, I'll never go.
No. Cheerio then.
Cheerio. I thought it moved a bit then.
I'll, go and open the gate, shall I?
Yes, all right. Come on, move.
Because, you'll want to get a run at it, won't you?
Yeah.
Because there's that great big hill outside you got to get up.
I'll be all right. Move. Move. Move, you rotten stinking car. Move. I gotta go. I gotta get away. Move. Move. I got my offer.
I'll go and put the kettle on, and we'll have a cup of tea. I'll get the old sausages going. You like the sausages, don't you?
Oh, it's a ground. It's all wet and slippery. I can't move it.
Yeah, you come along inside, son. Let's go inside.
I've got to take that off, eh?
It's a bit late to go anywhere now, ain't it? I mean, it's got dark. You'd have to put the lights on.
Yeah, but I'm still going. I'm not staying.
Of course you're not. You can go another day. On a Sunday when there's not so much traffic about. And we'll get the car unloaded in the morning. Don't you worry about it.
I am going. I'm not staying here. I'm taking that offer.
Yeah, of course you're taking it. You can go another day. And he'll keep that offer open for you if he reckons you as much as you say he does.
Oh, he does.
You can stay here with your old dad. And wait till a better offer comes along. No. I mean, the way you're building up your stock here, you'll be more of a power to be reckoned with. I mean, the more you can put in, the better offer you're going to get. In the meantime, you stay here with your old dad.
Oh.
Steptoe & Son, our classic comedy of the week. Now let's hear from Donald Lewis and I Love You Always Forever.
Feels like I'm standing on the timeless stream of light mists of pale amber rose. Feels like forever, near and far and always and everywhere. And if you say you love me forever, never stop, never, whatever, near and far and always and everywhere. And if you say you love me forever, never stop, never, whatever, near and far and always and everywhere. And always, forever, near and far, closer together, everywhere. I will be with you, everything I will do for you. I love you, always, forever, near and far, closer together, everywhere. I will be with you, everything I will do for you. I love you, always, forever, near and far, closer together.
Menu, sir? Thank you. I'm sorry to barge in like this without actually booking. You know, I know the management object, but I just thought I'd dodge in and generally merge in with the company. Perhaps nobody would notice. Oh, that's quite all right, sir. Can I get you a drink, sir? That would be very nice. I'll have... Have a gin, yes, naturally, sir. What would you like with it, a tonic, sir? How do you know I was going to have a gin? With your subconscious, sir. You've mentioned it already 3 times since you come in, sir. Have I really? Yes, you said dodge in, barge in, and merge in. Yes, I always know what people want, you know. It's exactly the same with food. People behave like what they eat, you know, so yes. I always know by what they say what they're going to order. How interesting. Yeah. I don't know about these sort of things, but I'd hazard a guess. You were talking absolute cod's roe, old chap. No, not at all, sir, no. Pure, unadulterated cabbage water.
Waiter!
What about this fellow? Now, what will his favourite dish be?
Would you get me some cigarettes from the bar?
From the where?
From the bar.
Lamb.
Waiter, could I have my bill? Bit late. Got to make a move.
Make a what, sir?
A move. When you want to move, you want to move.
Beef. What about that chap over there?
Quiet. Quiet, quiet, quiet. Quiet. Quiet, quiet.
Duck. Oh, yes, all that. Listen to her over there.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear, dear, dear.
Venison. Listen to him over there.
So I just went off for the weekend and stuffed everything into the back of the banger.
Sausages.
I wish I could, but I daren't. I'm too scared of her. Terrified. I just daren't.
What about him? He's chicken.
Oh, yeah. I have lived most of my life in Hamburg. I love Hamburg. It is my home.
I suppose he's a hamburger? No, sir, no. Birth stroganoff. But he didn't mention birth stroganoff. I know, he's got it all down the front of his tie. I'm going to set a little test to you. I'm going to say something. I'm going to ask you to guess what I'm going to have to eat. I must go down to the sea again, to the lonely sea and sky. And all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. And don't say fish and chips. No, sir, you're going to start off with a nice chicken liver patty, sir. You're going to have a lamb chop with cauliflower, new potatoes, trifle, cream, and coffee. Well, how did you know that? That's all we got left.
Comedy there from the two Ronnies. Let's now hear from Gene Pitney and Something's Got a Hold of My Heart.
Something's gotten hold of my heart, keeping my soul and my senses apart. Something's gotten into my life, cutting its way through my dreams like a knife, turning me up, turning me down, making me smile and making me frown.
Hello, this is Christopher Biggins wishing all the patients who are in all the hospitals all over the country get well soon and get out of that hospital and back home to your family and friends. Lots of love.
Matter Hospital Radio. Your heart is not open, so I must go. The spell has been broken. I love you so. Freedom comes when you learn to let go. Creation comes when you learn to say no. You were my lesson. I had to learn. I was your fortress. You had to burn. Pain is a warning that something's wrong. I pray to God that it won't be long. You wanna go higher? There's nothing left to try. There's no place left to hide. There's no greater power than the power of goodbye. Your heart is not open, so I must go. The spell has been broken. I loved you so. You were my lesson. I had to learn. I was your fortress. There's nothing left to lose. There's no more heart to bruise. There's no greater power than the power of goodbye. Learn to say goodbye. I yearn to say there's nothing left to try. There's no more places to hide. There's no greater power than the power of goodbye. There's nothing left to lose. There's no more heart to bruise. There's no greater power than the power of goodbye.
Madonna and the Power of Goodbye. And it's time for me to say goodbye now, and I hope you've enjoyed the last 2 hours, and I shall be back with you next week with another mix of music and comedy at the earlier time of 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Until next time, goodbye and God bless and take care. Laughing Matter is written, produced and presented by Mark McCaighey.